Hello viewers, welcome to RK Keynotes. In this video, I'm going to talk about factory method design pattern in Java. So before getting into the practical session, let's understand what is factory method, why we need this factory method, and what are the advantages of factory method. So what is a factory method? You can use this factory method pattern to define an interface or abstract class, but the subclasses are going to decide which class to instantiate, which means that the subclasses are responsible for creating objects of the class. So this is also called as virtual constructor. And this factory pattern is one of the design pattern which is followed in Spring and Struct framework. So we are going to use this, that is, we're going to have a superclass with multiple subclasses, and based on the input we are going to return one of the subclass by creating the object. So every single time we don't want to change the program, so the client will be giving the query, and then according to that we will be creating an object, and then that particular class will return something which is related to the client requirement. So let's see how we are going to do this. And the advantages of factory design pattern is that, so the subclasses will choose to create object for which class, and it is loosely coupled, so which means that whenever you want to include extra coding or additional feature, you can do it easily. And the main thing is that we are going to hide object creation. I'll show you in the demo that how we are going to do that. And yeah, of course, duplicate code is avoided. And the last point is very important. So without exposing the creation logic, so the client should not get to know how and where and using which class we are getting output. So we are going to hide the creation logic also, the programming logic. So where a common interface will be given, he is going to access that, but not the exact class from where the output is coming from. Okay, so this is about the advantages of a factory design pattern. Let's consider this. For example, you have started a new restaurant, okay, and you have got a breakfast service, as it is new restaurant, and you have got the breakfast service alone. And after some time, your restaurant is doing good business, and you are thinking to implement or add lunch and dinner service as well. So, and also you want to add a delivery service. See, this program is already developed, this breakfast program, and you have done all the thing. The client used to come to your restaurant, and he can view the menu, and he can order something through the so the coding is done in that way. But if you want to add these additional services like lunch and dinner and delivery service, so what we basically do, we need to change this whole program, right? So it is a hectic process. So instead of changing the whole program, what we go for is we'll go for factory design pattern, where you can keep on adding the new features without changing the whole program. So that is the main objective of using factory design pattern. So I'll show you how to do that. So consider this problem statement. Here we are, you have got a restaurant, and you are providing, like as I said, that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the client should type his requirement, and he can view the menu, and then he can give the order, right? And we are going to implement this using factory design pattern. So I have designed a UML. So this is my interface, right? You can use either interface or abstract class. So here in this interface, my interface name is restaurant, and I have got one method called as menu, okay? And as I said that first you are starting with a breakfast service, okay? So that what I can do is, this is a class, and I'm gonna implement this interface, and I need to override this menu method, right? So I'm overriding here, so it is done. So as I said that if you want to add any additional feature, you can add it. So we can simply have that class, for example, like lunch, dinner, or delivery service, whatever you want. So you can just define all those methods here, and you can simply add it, right? So we are not going to change the whole program over here. And we have got main method here, and over here using this menu factory class, we are going to hide all the objects, okay? So in this main method, we are not going to expose the objects of these classes. So I'll show you in the demo like how we are going to hide all these things. So So this is the UML diagram, and using this concept we are going to apply the same thing in the practical mode. So let's understand that too. And yeah, let's flip to Netbeans for the practical session. And if you have not liked this video, do like the video. Your likes and comments will motivate me to do more videos like this. So now let's flip to Netbeans. First, create a new project and go to File, click on New Project, and you just select by default Java, and Java application is selected, and click Next. And this is so my project name is RK Keynotes, and click on Finish. So alright, so the project got created. Fine. I'll show you the folder here. So this is my application name or project name. So okay, so what I want to do here is that I don't want this file. I'm gonna create a file. So like right click new, and you can select interface. First I'm gonna create an interface. The interface name is restaurant. Okay, restaurant. Fine. So I'm gonna have one method over here, that is menu. Alright, so it is defined here. Okay, so now we need to create a class, for example. So what I do is I'll go to my projects, right click on my project, that folder, and I'll create a class. The class name is let's say that first I started with breakfast. Okay, so I'm gonna click finish. So I need to override the interface, I mean the method which is given in the interface, right? So first I need to implement. So implements, the interface name is restaurant. Fine. So what is this? Okay, so we need to override, right? That is what the error. So which means that I need to say the same thing. So that is public void menu is the method which is defined there. So I'm gonna say I have a few menus. I have got like for the breakfast I have got, let's say idli and sambar, and second one is bread sandwich. Okay, something like this. So what I can do is that initially I have started my restaurant with breakfast service. So what I will do is that I'll go to this folder and I'll create one more main class. So now this main class is about order. I'll name this as order. So the client can order here using this class, and I'll click finish. So this is the order class, and I'm gonna have my main method here, public static void main, and I'll say string arguments. Alright, yes. And so what I'll do here is that initially I have got only one service, right? So I'll simply create a object for that, that is breakfast. That is the class name. That is, I'll say b1 equal to new breakfast. Okay, so and let's pass this restaurant as the memory. Okay, so I'll say b1 dot, the method name is menu. It is going to display that. Simple. Okay, so yeah, b is in caps. So what will be the output now? So I can run this program. So I have got main method here, so I have kept this open and go to run, and I'm gonna run this file. Yes, it's building here, and I have got the menu. Then further I can develop this program, like I can place some order, like my choice is 1 or 2, and I can confirm the order. Okay, so after this one, my restaurant is doing good business, then I'm trying to implement or add some additional services like lunch and dinner. So you mean that I don't want to change anything from this class and over here in this interface. So this is what I said. So what you can do is that I can add up one more class here. Simply, just simple thing. I'm gonna say it is lunch, and we have started lunch service here, and I'll just go with the same thing. So in the lunch I used to put up this, and yeah, and I'll say that full meals, and we have got something like biryani. Okay, so this is my lunch menu. All right, so then I'm gonna add another service, that is dinner. Let's say the class name is dinner here. All right, and instead of this I'll just put over here, yes, and this is dinner, and I'll just change this one to, let's say, dosa, and I have got chapati. Fine. So these are all my things. So what I'll do is that this is my main method, that is order class. So if I want to have a what do you call this, dinner, then I need to do change over here, right? I mean, I have to change this class. I mean, basically this is constructor, but we need to give a class name over here, that is dinner, and this method will be called. So if I say that, you see this, I'll say dinner now, then I need to run. So basically the clients, the client have to do these changes. You see this, this is the dinner menu, dosa and chapati is there, but every single time the client has to do all these changes. So we don't want to allow the client to change the program. He just want to give his query like dinner or breakfast or whatever it is. So, and also this objects and class name got exposed here, so we don't want to make a program like this, so we need to hide this. So for this purpose, I'm going to use this method. I have shown you that. Yes, additional method, that is I'm going to have a factory, that is menu factory, that is the name of the class. Over there I'm going to create all the objects, okay, and I'll just pass it to the main class. Okay, so that is how we can hide the objects. So how can how it can be done? So what I'll do is that I'll go to projects folder again. I'll create one more class. The class name is over there I have given as menu factory, right? Okay, so what I'll do here is that yes, so what we can do is I'll say public, I'll pass for restaurant we need to create the restaurant is an interface, and these three classes are implementing it. So I'm just using restaurant over here, and that is, and my method is like menu order, and I'm gonna have string. Okay, so the user will basically pass all these string. Yeah, okay. So if I'm gonna use if else if to compare to have multiple statements, so that is str, which is equals, yeah, we have got equals, okay, equals to what? So let's say BF is breakfast, and you can have anything over there, and we need to return it, right? I'm going to return. So if the client is querying as breakfast, then object will be created, then only the object should be created for the breakfast class. If he is saying dinner, then the object should be created for the dinner class. This is what we are saying, that the subclasses will decide which to, when to create object for what kind of class. So return, I'll say that is object for what we need to create for breakfast. So I'll say breakfast. Yeah, hope this is clear. Then I'll say else if, and I'll go with this. If it is lunch, then it should create object for this. Alright, then again I will go with the same, like if it is dinner, it should create object for dinner. Simple, right? And I've got one more else, it should return null. Fine, hope this is clear. So now from this menu factory, using this method, we are going to take the input from the client, and then the object will be created accordingly. So now let's go back to this. As I said that, go back to order. Okay, so this is what our main method, method over here, and so I'm gonna comment this. Okay, so now I said that I'm gonna hide the class names. I'm not going to show the client that which class it is going to, the order is coming from. So what we can do is that first we need to create object for this menu factory. So that is menu factory. Let's say mf equal to new menu factory. Okay, so and so this is the reference and this is an object, right? And now we need to pass this interface as a memory, that is restaurant. We can't create object directly for the interface, right? I'll say r1 equal to, over here I need to give this reference, that is mf, is menu factory, and within this menu factory we have got what? See, it is highlighting that we have got this method. So these are the available methods we can use. So this is my method which I have given there, menu order. So I'll say menu order. So now what is the string? That is, we are going to say let's say bf, in the sense it should create an object for the breakfast class, then it should return what is given in that method, right? So I'm going to use interface reference here, r1 dot. Now you see this, it is displaying the method name here, menu, right? Fine. So you see this, can you tell me that now this, if the client is querying like this, can the client predict from which class it is coming from? Definitely not, right? Because I have not used breakfast class anywhere over here, but earlier in this code, I'm gonna use this, like if I want dinner, then I'll be using dinner, so I can easily say that okay, from this it is coming from. But over here you see this, the client is not going to change the coding every single time. First I'll run this, you see this, I'll go to run and run file, and as I said that bf, that is breakfast, and idli sambar and bread sandwich is displayed. So now if I want lunch, I'll simply query here like lunch, so I can view the menu easily. Like I'll go and run. For lunch we are providing full meals and biryani, right? So this is how. So the client don't wants to change this coding anywhere, or so like the previous method. So like here he don't want to change this. So this is how you can use factory methods. And if you want to implement additional services, for example, now we have added lunch and dinner for in this program, and if I want to do something like delivery service, I can add one more class, and all these things can be defined in this interface. So you don't want to change your whole program. So this is very easy, and you can follow this and try this one, and let me know if you have got any issues with this. And thank you, and thanks for watching the video. If you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe my channel to get more updates. Thank you.